So after the blood lecture and stuff like that, they take you into like the fake weapons room, and you remember all these from your training from the first 2 weeks, and they show you somehow like the prosthetic things, like they show you, oh, so here's the fake knife that you use, it's rubber, they like wave it around, he slaps himself in the face with it, shows you how it's safe, and then he's got another one that looks exactly like it, except it's like a stiffer plastic, it's got a retractable blade, and he's got another one that basically is cut off and it looks like there's blood congealed on it, and he like sticks it onto like a body, a torso that kind of probably is Heinrich's torso. It seems like they use a lot of Heinrich's body as like their test things. Apparently, he's got a pretty universally not difficult to recast body, so you see a lot of like extra Heinrich pieces around when they say, oh yeah, and this is like we glued the knife here, and this is Heinrich getting his knife carved out, this is Heinrich with his jugular like cut open. It's like,
how does Heinrich feel about this?
Heinrich is proud that he has such a universally correct body that he is the one that is most used.
It is a crime that the perfect body not to be used.
Oh jeez.
It's obvious that you would not use an inferior body like Karlov's, because you would have to look at it every day and it would be disgusting, you know, that you wouldn't want to have to deal with it.
Karlov.
This is going rapidly downhill.
Karl, man.
Yes.
All right.
Karl's got that dad body, man.
Yeah.
Hashtag dad body.
There
Dad
is, however, one time that you do notice Karlov's body being used, and it's where the gut is eviscerated and all the intestines are
He
falling
is
out.
the most intense.
Yeah, and like that one is quite awesome. There's like guts all the time and things like that. And you notice that like in this particular one, it's not just the guts have fallen out, but it looks like there are little maggots in there and stuff like that already.
Whoa.
And things like that. It's really, really cool stuff. So then after this whole thing, you're getting this whole tour, and you're seeing some pretty amazing things, and you get near the end of the tour, and there's a fellow there you've never seen, and he goes, well, welcome. Hello, I am... Oh, by the way, I can't do accents, by the way, so all of this will just be me. Otherwise, I always end up sounding like a Scottish Apu from The Simpsons, and it just doesn't help anyone. It just sounds like I'm being racist. So I try not to do voices whenever I can. So this is Igor Nevsky. You recognize him right away. He does not recognize you because you're a useless underling. But Igor is the Minister of Tourism for Brasovia. And he is a fit man in his middle age, maybe in his 40s. He's got like graying sideburns and stuff like that. And Igor is one of those people who clearly is used to like being the guy who shakes hands and kisses babies and goes out in public and does commercials and is like, come to Brasovia, see the sights, pet the sheep, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he welcomes you and says, oh, I'm very happy to welcome all 9 of you. This is a grand occasion. One of you will become the Grand Baron of Brasovia. Perhaps the Baroness. I do not wish to discriminate. And it would be wondrous. We have never had a Baroness take control of the castle in the 150-year history. It would be a wonderful thing to show the new Brasovia.
I'm like, still not gonna happen.
I have a slight question, if you don't mind.
Yes, questions, of course.
So why exactly hasn't this Baron position been filled?
It is a familial position. It has not been filled because the family has there are no longer any heirs who have laid claim to it.
All right, but you've obviously opened it up to us. I'm just wondering why that wasn't done before.
Well, this is not an easy thing to do. First of all, this is not a lot of people wish to move to Brasovia. It is very, very far away. We are a small country. And of course, it is not an easy thing. We must have parliament votes. And as you might imagine, some of the older people, they are not very keen on this idea that perhaps a foreigner will become a voting member of parliament. So this would be difficult. But of course...
So they'll be rooting for old Karlov over here then, right?
Yes, Karlov, a native son. I knew it. I do presume that he will be a fan favorite when the show airs.
Oh, right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we are rooting for Karlov, but please be assured, this show is entirely vetted by the production studio. We of the government of Brasovia are simply offering up our hospitality. We will not be influencing the outcomes at all. I myself have no vote or say in the outcome, so you can be assured that your friend Karlov here has no advantage that any of you do not have.
I worked with Igor for 1 year. I can't believe he does not recognize me. I handed a report to him one time. I am so little to him. This is why I must become a baron and become more important than him.
Please be assured, it could be any one of you. Our friend from China, or maybe our friend from Argentina, or even
Santa Barbara, California.
maybe even Santa Barbara. Yes. Oh, that would be very exciting. From California. In fact, this is very good time here in Brasovia. No, not so much with the drought and the forest fires, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
man. Stuff's a bummer. Igor was full of shit, dude.
Yes, so I welcome you, and I hope you will have good time. You have only another week and a half. We are very looking forward to you arriving in Brasovia. Please enjoy your time. If you have any need or question, you must let us know ahead of time before you arrive so we can make sure that everything is in order for you. For example, if you are, how you say in your country, you are vegan, where you will not eat real food, then we will take care of this for you as well.
No, I'm all about the meat.
Yes. We will have much meat for you. Brasovia is a country of great, and he looks kind of at Karlov, hoping that Karlov is not gonna take his drink when he says Brasovia is a country of bounty and much resources.
I do whisper under my breath, for some.
Yes. Yeah, it turns out the wealthy are fine, but the 99% are not doing well at all.
Occupy Brasovia.
Yes, it's like, hey, when you become Baron of Brasovia, you can open the doors of the castle and invite the poor to come in. It could be the biggest soup kitchen in all Brasovia.
So I want to make this clear. I don't want to go into it, but I'm gonna corner
good
this guy
idea.
if I possibly can.
I mean, I've
and
never sold it.
ask
What's
him
the
as many
kitchen?
questions about the
Soup
drifter
kitchen.
shooting as possible. Like if he was on things.
You
for
will
that.
not have an opportunity to talk to him outside of this press conference. He
Yes.
will take your questions now when everyone is here, but very quickly his handlers will
He's just
shoo him
shuttle
out
off.
as soon
Okay.
as he's done talking to you.
All right.
So if you do have questions, he will take some questions from you. He'll even let you gather around. He'll shake hands with all of you. He will kiss the women. He is a little bit more kissy than you would like him to be. It seems like he's
Yeah.
a little inappropriate with the touching. But
I give him one of those the handshake with the come over, and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
just kind of he never gets one of those kinds.
yeah, he's kind of he's clearly
I'm
a little
like,
uncomfortable.
I got bra, man.
Yeah, he you can tell he's trying very hard to be this cosmopolitan guy who's really into things, but clearly some of the openness with other men is not something he's very used to. But with the women, he is very, very suave, and by suave I mean bad boundaries. It's like, oh, hello. It's like, oh, I will kiss you on the lips because in Brasovia that is how we greet the women. Yeah, it's like that kind of thing.
Karlov's like, no.
No, Brasovia, great country. You say hello.
Hey, don't you remember when the Soviet Union was completing the Olympics? Every time they won, the coaches would kiss the gymnasts on the lips, and you go, oh, so yay. It actually is a thing. That's what they do. It's like, it turns out some people in the Eastern Bloc and in Russia have kept this tradition, mostly because it's advantageous to them to do so. It's like, of course we kiss the women on the lips, because it is a good tradition. So,
Anyway,
so if you do want to squeeze in a question now...
No,
all right.
I'd get brushed off.
Yes. I don't know. He's happy to talk to a lot of things, but if you don't, he will spend a lot of time making sure Gloria knows how welcome she is in the show.
I'll ask him. So were you around when the drifters were there?
Oh, drifters! Oh,
They were shooting the movie up at the same castle.
Yes,
we're
yes,
going
yes,
to.
yes, yes. I remember the great moment for Brasovia is exposure to Western world show that we are a go-to destination for Hollywood.
It was a great movie.
Yes, I hear.
Oh well, I have a question after whatever the answer is. So.
Yes, I hear it was very good. Yes. Big box office, how you say, right?
Yeah. Yes. Well, I mean, not so much. It should have been, but those ingrates of the public eye don't understand true art when they see it. But you know what that's like.
I don't know how bought in you are to this narrative, but anyone else who is not bought in clearly can tell that he's never seen this movie.
Right.
It's like,
No, I'm oblivious.
all right.
You've never seen it?
No,
No,
he has
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
Igor has never seen it.
No,
It's
yeah.
like,
So, Igor, man, you're the Minister of Tourism, dude. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
So, like, tourism, like, what is the kind of thing that these people are missing that they could really need? Like,
You mean the tourists?
yeah, like, do you think that there's some sort of, like some fancy accommodated hotel or, like, something really nice and spacious, like a nice country cottage kind of like?
Oh yes,
like,
yes. Many beautiful hotel in Brasovia. You
Man.
remember movie In Bruges?
Yeah, man.
Yes, just like this, very comfy. Yes, Brasovia have very nice.
But are we
how do you
talk-
say inn?
But when you say nice, do you mean like exciting? Like
Exciting, like you mean?
we could jazz it up, like kind of get the parties going on, man.
We have party in Brasovia, but not so much the jazz. Maybe more maybe like rock and roll.
Yeah, rock and roll.
Yeah,
rock
yeah,
and
yeah,
roll.
yeah. We the young people they do the rock and roll and the rapping and yeah.
Oh, okay, well, I was just checking because I want to kind of know a little bit about what we can bring to this town.
Oh, you
This
bring,
country,
You bring
whatever this
much.
place
You bring beauty and you bring fame and
Igor was talking about how great this whole Brasovia thing is, and I was asking him about what could I bring to make this place, to the next level, and he was just talking about how great it already was. That's not true, dude. They wouldn't have some multi-million-dollar game show that was supposed to, do great things for this place if it was really that cool already. It's only gonna get cooler because I'm here.
and
I'm like, he knows who I am?
Huh?
When he
Oh,
points at me
he's
with
vetted
fame?
he knows all of your backgrounds. Like
Oh,
he had,
okay.
This guy was on the team that decided who would get on the show,
Oh, okay.
so he has all of your files. So
Okay,
he knows
that
who you
makes
guys
sense.
are.
He's read the
Yeah.
back covers of some of my books.
You wrote books?
I'm an author.
Yeah, he's an author, but not successful.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't like you.
didn't-
I just won't even talk to him like the king guy.
Yeah,
No.
Igor is very good at not letting that cause him to break with character.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, that's very nice. Yeah, it's clearly not the first time he's been rebuffed by
Brushed,
women,
yeah.
but he also knows how to keep up the appearances. So
Perseverance.
So if there is no more questions, if you have anything that you need, please let us know. Brasovia is yours.
Brasovia will be mine.
Do you say?
I mutter on the
Oh,
way.
okay. Yeah, it's like,
Okay.
he kind of notices that maybe you said something, and then he goes, and
It's just an underling.
yes, and he and his aides kind of move out because you're clearly beneath him. He also doesn't think you have any chance. Basically, it would
That-
not be good. It would not be good for PR if you actually won the show.
Yeah,
Because
it'd be awful.
he doesn't know how he could figure out if you actually won to convince people that it wasn't actually a setup. So.
I don't.
He really does not want you to win.
Must-
It'd be great if you make it to the final 3 or something like that. So the ratings oh my gosh, it's Karlov. But hopefully you'll be killed near the end, so that.
Hopefully, I win, so I can get a seat on Parliament, which will lead to presidency.
Yeah. If it were up to him, it would be you, and Gloria, and Abigail at the end.
Yeah, because
Ah,
the
I did
ladies.
good 3. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Conversational ladies.
Too
Yeah,
stressful.
Is that like a meta game? That's something that we don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
from his perspective in terms of the
Oh, okay,
ratings, he
okay.
thinks that would be the ultimate finish.
Okay.
Does the winner of the contest have to kiss Igor on the mouth?
That'd be really messed up. That'd be really messed up if we knew.
Get to kiss Igor.
They have to
but-
mean it.
Yes.
There has to be emotion.
Stop the cameras. We gotta do the kiss over again.
Yes, yes. You may have to
Wasn't
kiss
good
Igor and other members of Parliament on the mouth before. I was like, welcome to Brasovia. As part of your Baronio induction, you will kiss the Parliament on the mouth.
The entire parliament.
Yes.
Yes.
Anyway,
It's not that big of a parliament.
Yeah.
There's a couple dozen people involved. All right. So after he leaves and the tour is over, and they said, in the final week, it is all basically to follow up to make sure that everyone is ready. We have given you as much training and preparation as we feel we are able to.
Mhm.
Are there any questions? Does anyone have anything else that they would like to say? or ask. Because after this, this is like the chance. If you feel you need more help with like rolling falls or stabbing in the face, or if you feel like your nose is too large and doesn't fully reflect this is the last chance we have to fix anything before we put you in airplanes out to Brasovia.
I want to ask the special effects guys if they could perhaps slim down my body double models.
We can do some of that, but it has to be realistic. When you are killed, it is very necessary.
Dead body.
Yeah. We have already taken into account how the body sort of slims down after it is killed anyway, and so we've already taken some of this.
How about just a little off the face?
They also gesture at like the evisceration one where you're clearly much thinner, and they kind of like, you see? And
Gee, I wonder why.
after you've been eviscerated and your intestines eaten by maggots, you lose quite a bit of weight, you will see. It's like...
You look very good.
Maybe that is secret.
So,
Believe me, this is gonna be the best you ever look, man. I mean it.
It turns out Heinrich
Thank
looks
you.
amazingly good dead.
It's like passive
what?
Why did you say
like,
that?
he just looks good dead?
Yeah, like Heinrich's body, like Moe's, look so good that you actually sometimes think he looks better dead than alive. Like he's one of those guys that's like, oh, you look less mean. Like you're kind of peaceful, and it's like, ah.
Yeah.
Heinrich has a reflection, right?
Yeah, so far.
Heinrich's been in
Okay.
sunlight.
Just checking.
So, does anyone have anything that they want to point out to the production company before that's like follow up that they feel not yet comfortable with?
I feel perfectly comfortable.
They all have my business cards, right?
I'm afraid no ghosts.
Yes, yes. All right then. Then there is only one thing to do. We would like to film each of you, giving us a little biographical bit that we will be using in production. So, if that is okay, we are ready to go to the next phase. So, we will do individual confessional filming now. So that's it for the first group play, and you guys are going to do your confessional things, and next week we will land in Brasovia.
Igor. Igor's an okay guy. He's like that guy who right before the group of teenagers goes into the woods, he's standing there and he goes, "Don't go up in that old cabin, you'll get killed." That's kind of what it felt like to me.
He did not feel very genuine, and I think everyone else is picking up on that too. It just seems off about him, like he's putting on a lot of show. I think he's just all hot air, so I don't know what to think.